Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Capricorn. Born near a Capricorn new moon, people born with both the Sun and the Moon in Capricorn come across as especially thoughtful and composed. There is an internal confidence in this combination that is unrivaled by any other Sun Moon combination. Double Capricorns are notorious for their stubbornness and for their independent nature. Part of this especially sure nature has to do with how Capricorn is extremely goal oriented. It's almost as if every single thing this combination does is meant to get them closer to their intended outcomes. This innate sense of intention and strategy works for this combination because it gives them a sense of purpose as well as the structure that they so very much crave. Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon is always working on building an empire. Their role is that of the CEO or the emperor, although this will of course look very different depending on the individual as well as their individual birth chart and what kind of astrological influences they're dealing with. Capricorn is double Earth and therefore highly grounded. This is where you get these traits of the practicality, the kind of no nonsense approach. They're very straightforward, and they have this very gradual way of doing things, so very steady. So basically, go to them if you need someone reliable or pragmatic, as they hardly ever let emotion or misguided speculation cloud their judgment. However, Capricorn does have a surprisingly fiery side for such an earthy combination. After all, Mars is exalted in the sign of Capricorn, and with my personal outer planet domicile scheme, Uranus is in domicile in Capricorn as well. I know that might sound strange for a lot of people who know astrology. And if you don't know astrology, basically all this is to say that Capricorn contains a surprisingly volatile side to their nature. Beneath their stoic exterior grinds a unique and perpetual restlessness. This combination is highly competitive and ruthless when provoked. They also have a very deep kind of sexual side, although they keep that very much under wraps. This is a very private combination. So I almost feel strange even saying that, but I just wanted to mention that because it's the truth. And just to expand on that for a moment, so part of the reason why this combination is so private and independent, it's just kind of how they were raised. It's the environment they grew up in. They typically grew up in very tough circumstances, early on. So early on, they basically had to rely on themselves, not only physically, to physically get by and provide for themselves, but also emotionally as well. So that's why this combination is very private. They tend to just deal with their own problems rather than involving other people into them. And talking about that volatility again, because this combination deals with the long term, so years instead of days is kind of the general focus here. Their volatility applies to a much larger picture than I think most people would expect. So this is, I think, why this sort of volatility that it's present here, I think that's why it escapes a lot of people's radar, because it's applying to the big term, the long term, if that makes sense. In short, these are fearless leaders, critical skeptics, and especially later in life, they make the best deadpan comedians because there is a sort of humor that tends to evolve with these people over time. So that's my take on Sun and Capricorn, Moon and Capricorn. If you are interested in my other Sun and Moon sign series, I've done over 100 of them at this point, and I've organized them by sun sign into playlists on my channel. So check that out if you're interested. And otherwise, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you later.